Today on a special Larry King Now, a rare interview with the richest man in the world, Carlos Slim.
Wealth is a responsibility and compromise.
I'll get his take on the state of the economy in the U.S.
U.S. is very important, not only for the Americans, but for everyone in the world.
And how America can catch up to China.
I think China is a great example of what you need to do.
Plus, how do you avoid spoiling children?
I gave them an investment account, but they never use it.
Why?
Because they understand that they should not have things just to have things.
That's next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now, very special edition tonight. We're at my home in Beverly Hills, and our special guest is Carlos Slim. Mr. Slim is a dear friend, a self-made entrepreneur. He's been named Forbes magazine richest man in the world 4th year in a row. His Latin American mobile telecom outfit, American Mobile, remains his most valuable holding. His many ventures include mining, banking, real estate, restaurants, hotels, and of course, a digital network called OraTv. So he's comfortable in this setting. Why did you invest in me and this?
We invest in Larry King. It's clear that the internet is a very important tool of this new civilization. The most important, maybe one of the most important tools, and the future is just beginning.
I asked you today whether the internet is tomorrow, and you said it's yesterday.
Yes, if you remember, internet began many years ago. There were some companies like Prodigy that was one of the pioneers in the 80s. And in the 90s also the internet was very important, but was dial-up. That means that was in the line of telephone with copper, and the speed was very, very, very low. And now we are talking like usual of at least 100 times faster. That's what is called broadband, and will be a big tool for many things, for education, for health, for business, for commerce, for learning, for teaching, for government operation, and it is changing the world.
Well, I'm honored to be associated with you, and we're very proud to be Larry King Now.
We are very happy and honored also to
We're on our way
with you, Larry.
A couple of things. This is a good question that my producers wanted to know. What is a typical day like for you? What happens in a typical Carlos Slim day? You get up early?
I get early. I work. My work many times, is to know what is happening around, look the news, but also talk with the people, and talk with them by phone.
Because you're in businesses all over the world, right?
Yes, but by phone you can talk with everyone, and mainly I talk with the people in Mexico that is in charge of the operations. Sometimes they are traveling, and I talk with them.
You travel a lot, right?
Yes, I travel a lot, but not necessarily by work. Not necessarily by work. I go to some conference or to make some visit to some countries, but not necessarily for a special work.
You're in so many businesses. Are you hands-on?
I try to know about each one of the businesses, and then looking the financial statements and the reports, I know what is happening. It's like a doctor with the instruments. You can know how he's doing the business, the revenues, how are they doing, the growth, the market share, sales and cost, etc. You can look it by the numbers.
Did you have, Carlos, a natural ability to make money? Do you think it came to you easily?
No, I think I have a training with numbers for all my life. And when you work a lot of time with them, and you can read many things in the numbers that you are looking, you can find many times the problems in advance, which are the tendencies, or to find out a better way to do things. Just looking the numbers talk to you.
You see it, they come alive to you.
Yes.
Yeah. How would you describe wealth? What is wealth to you?
Wealth, I think wealth is a kind of instrument to create welfare. It's a instrument to create welfare in a society. I think it's this different wealth than income. Regularly, wealth should be managed with efficiency, sobriety, and create more wealth. It's like a fruit tree. Wealth is like a fruit tree. The product of the tree are the fruits. And these fruits is the income that you need to give away, but taking part of these fruits to grow more trees.
The tree is the wealth.
Yes. And the fruit is the income. So you need to create more wealth, more fruits, more trees, and to have a bigger production of wealth and of income.
Are you always looking for new things?
Well, we get out of many activities. We sell many activities that we were involved many years. Since I began in business in '65, seriously with corporations, with companies, I get involved in many activities. Most of them I am not. We are not involved now. Now, the challenge that we have is to look the development of our countries, and I am talking about Latin America also, and I am interested in create new companies, new corporations that help to this challenge, like the ones that create infrastructure or housing or that creates employment.
We'll be right back with more of Carlos Slim right after this. We're back with Carlos Slim. This is Larry King now on Ora. Does your family still come first?
Sure. My family come first always. And you were asking me about the new business that I get involved. Since like more than 10 years that I left most of my boards, maybe 12 years, I left most of the boards, most of my activities to focus more in the foundations. And working on that, you find that at the end of the day, the important issue is the creation of jobs, the creation of work. And that's why the last companies that we create are focused to that.
Well, with Ora, you created jobs.
Sure.
That's part of the joy you get, right?
Yes, that's the new area of telecommunication, the digital world. Is an area where a lot of jobs will be created. That's information technology is a area of creativity, of creation of jobs, of new jobs and skill jobs.
You didn't force your children to go into the business, right? They wanted to go in.
Yes. Sometimes people think that if you have a business and you grow in the business, you forget your family and you get out of that. Many years ago, when I was going to get involved in a big business, I put together my 3 children, and I asked them how they see that we get involved in something bigger. It was, my youngest has 12 years old, and he was the one who told me, if we are going to follow seeing you, yes. If we are not going to see you, no. That was yes.
So you involve them in the company?
Yes, no, I involve them in the decisions, in the points of view.
But there's some people who think that it's bad to have family work for you because it's a different kind of pressure. You know, it's best to have family go their own way. Some people believe that.
I am not radical. I think that if they want to get involved, it's very good. If they don't want, they can find his way. Not necessarily in business, they can be doctors or philosophers, whatever they like. But if they want to get involved, they, in my case, like it was, they select to be involved in the companies.
Your daughters are all married, right?
Yes.
Would you have liked if they had gotten into business too?
If they like, they have important activities. One was the CEO or the president of the museum. She asked me to have less time, and she's the vice chairman instead of being full-time, because she began to have children and that. Other of my daughters followed the foundation and work that make my wife, that was personal development, human capital, personal development. And the other has a school for early education.
Oh, really?
Yes, and they are working on...
How many grandchildren do you have?
20. Just 20.
20. Are you a good grandpa?
Yes, I think so, yes.
They're all blessed children. How do you avoid spoiling children?
No, because they know, first of all, that wealth is a responsibility and compromise. That we are a kind of temporary managers of wealth. Because at the end of the day, we don't take anything with us. You are making you are managing this wealth, and the wealth is not only yours, but it's from the society where you are living, no? And since when they were young, they understand things. They know that they can have things.
You didn't give them what they wanted?
Yes.
You did or you didn't?
No, I gave them a important account, but they never use it.
You gave them a check, like money accounts, and they didn't use it?
Yes, a investment account, but they never use it.
Why?
Because they understand that they should not have things just to have things.
We'll be back with Carlos Slim after this. We're back with Carlos Slim on Larry King Now via Hulu. It's so great to have him with us and so great to be partners with him in this exciting adventure. My wife often quotes something you said in a speech in New York when you received the Eisenhower Award, that it's not necessary to make the world better for your children. Make your children better for the world.
No, I say that it is important to work to have a better world for our children, but it's more important to have better children for the world.
That's very well said. All right, we're going to talk some economic things. Reuters recently polled 400 economists worldwide, and they said 2013 is unlikely to deliver much improvement in the world's growth. They were not very optimistic. You share that?
Yes, in general, in worldwide they are, yes.
Does that surprise you or doesn't?
No, not at all.
What does America need to do?
America.
I know you love America.
Well, I think U.S. is very important, not only for the Americans, but for the worldwide, for everyone in the world. It's important that fix his problems. I think there are many areas to be corrected to try to avoid a long-term problem. Well, one is the fiscal, the trade deficit. It's important to try to look how it can be fixed. It's important the repatriation of the capitals of the corporations that can be outside. And it's important to change the benefits that are very high in the future, and it's a big contingent debt. I think it's important to have a higher time to retirement and less job today.
Yeah, you said people should work 3 days a week, 11 hours a day, and be off 4 days.
Yes.
So that more jobs are created.
Yes.
More people work, and retirement should be age 75, not 65.
I think so. In one of the companies we have that they retire very early because it was a state company with a contract that they retire very young. We are offering them to stay in the company and work only 4 days, 8 hours. And 45% of them are accepting this change.
Are you worried about China?
No, I think China is a great example of what you need to do. And what is doing China is what Mexico do from 33 to 82, is to move from a poor rural autoconsumption society to a industrial and urban society. This change was done by all the developed countries in the 1900s. They are doing now in the 21st century.
We owe China money, right?
Well, that's other problem. That's the problem of U.S., not the problem of China. China
That's good. Well put.
China is moving from poor. They were very poor in the 1970s. They begin to move from autoconsumption in poor rural areas to the industrial and urban areas. You saw how much construction they do, how much people is working, how they make the factory of the world. They are producing most of the things for the world. But they still have 600 or 700 million people working in rural areas and living in autoconsumption, that they are getting out of poverty maybe 30 million a year, and getting to the modernity.
So you respect them?
Yes, sure. Mexico do that from 1933 to 82. We grow 6.2, 50 years consecutive, going from the rural and agricultural society to the industrial society. What U.S. need to do is, they are having a big trade deficit because most of the population and the American economy is working in services. They are not producing goods.
Right. We don't manufacture.
Yes, and like you are not manufacturing, you are buying for other places. That's what you need to do, is decide which of these goods should be done in U.S. because of strategic reasons of high value, aggregate value, which others should be buy outside, and where to buy them.
We'll be back with our remaining moments with Carlos Slim. There ain't anybody like him. First, these words. I asked Carlos Slim earlier today, just wanted him to repeat it or say it for the benefit of our viewer audience. I asked him if he was happy, and your answer was?
No, that to be happy is not static. It's not that you arrive to some point and you stay there, like in the histories, and they were happy always. No, they no, and they get happy always. I think it's a way of living. Happiness is a way of living in a positive way. That you live in positive, that means that you are living in a happy and positive.
I got it. It's a process.
It's a process.
It's
not a process to arrive to some point. It's more a way of living. It's to live in positive.
There's never a point.
No, it's never a point.
How did you deal?
And you have ups and downs.
Speaking of downs, how did you deal with the loss of your wife?
Well, that's life is like this, where you have very difficult moments, and the only way that you get ahead is loving life and time. Loving life. If you love whatever the life gives to you, how beautiful is life, you always follow, and life gives you energy. And
the Eastern Europe, the Eastern way of thought is that when you open your eyes in the morning, be grateful for that day.
Yes, and to love life. It's a miracle that offers you so many things.
It is a miracle.
It's a miracle. Yes.
We're sitting here, it's a miracle.
Yes, it's a miracle. To be born is a miracle. And to stay born is also another miracle.
The Yankees. Baseball is a love of yours, right?
Yes.
But you would not buy the Yankees. You said that to me today. I was shocked. If I had your money, I would buy the Dodgers.
And what you do? You will enjoy more?
Oh, I would love owning a baseball team.
You will change them? You will...
No, I would just, the thrill of being an owner, to own a team.
Well, you own the team, and what you will do, you will pay more them, and you will manage the team, or you will leave the manager to decide?
I'll let the managers decide, but I'd sit in the box
and feel that you are the owner.
Yeah, you don't feel that way.
No, pues yo go and feel that you are the owner, and that's the same thing.
You feel that way anyway. Think you're the owner, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite all-time Yankee?
Well, yes, maybe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Ruth and Gehrig, two of the greatest. Do you have a favorite place to visit in the world?
No, I have many places not a... And I think it's important where you go, but it's more important with whom you go.
More important who you go with. Huh?
Yeah, you can
What
be
could you
with some person that you doesn't matter where you are.
What would you change about yourself? What would you like to change about? Aha.
It's 10 kilos.
What?
12 kilos. 20 pounds.
20
to get down my weight.
Oh. What's your biggest regret?
Regret, I forget it.
What's your biggest success?
I think my family.
What scares you?
That scares me. I think to live with fear is the worst feeling that human beings can have. Because I try not to have these feelings. I don't make a masochist reading or looking what can be negative.
Do you get down?
Sometimes you get a little down, and then you get up faster and stronger.
People must come to you with deals all the time, right? How do you handle all that?
I don't hear them.
You don't?
Well, in these places,
Yeah,
well, they give me a lot of cards, and then
I know. They hand them. I got 10 cards today.
10 cards.
What do you
I should give you mines. You will have 15.
Thank you, Carlos.
No, thank you, Larry.
Carlos Slim, we thank him very much. You can find me on Twitter at King's Things. Carlos Slim and I are on Hulu every day. See you next time.